Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BTT Impact, and I'm your host, Fan Walters. Thank you guys for joining us today again on another exciting episode of how um, of my journey and the choices that I've made in life and how they are affecting me. And I hope that my journey inspires others to um, you know choose wiser. I guess to be more alert on life and situations that you get yourself into. I want to dive back in a bit more back into the business and how the business started. As I told you guys, the business was started as a solo partnership business where I registered a business so that Mr. Grant can work because he didn't have his paper at the time to go out and work like with a company. So I registered a business so that you can use that to go out and work. And even though the company was in my name as the man, I give him full control over the company's finance, where he handles the finances of the company and does the direct interaction with clients. While I was doing the marketing, estimate sheets, and all, well, it's just basically all the computer work at home. Um, but when the company began getting bigger project, I decided to go out full time with him to work for an hourly salary. If I can recall, my salary started like at $18 an hour, and um, because I wasn't as good at doing the work as he was doing the work, so I was okay with it because it was above minimum wage at that time. Um, so for the $18 an hour, I would be doing the marketing. Sometimes I would go out and do estimates and stuff for him, right? When I began going out and doing estimates for him, um, I, so to me, it was like me physically getting up and going out because I was home doing all the paperwork and everything else. So he gave me a raise for $25 an hour, and then because I was still going out with him just to check the jobs and what's not, so I got a raise to $25 an hour. And after a while, right, we're um, I'm doing the paperwork. I'm doing all the computer work. I'm doing the estimate sheets, and all that, contracts and what's not for clients and what's not, and still going out to work with him. After a while, I got the trade down pack. I said to him, I need a raise again because of all I'm doing the same work as you, the same physical labor as you. Because this time I got the job down pack and what's not. I'm doing all the paperwork. I'm going out with the estimate, and I'm only getting it was $25 an hour. He raised my pay to $30 an hour. Up to this day, I still work for $30 an hour from a company that I started, and he still has full control of the business funds, right? So I was working full time construction with four little ones and in daycare, and on top of that, being a wife. There's many times that we'll come home and from work, we're so burnt out, like just being something out there in the sun. But as a mom, I still had duties to deal with when I get home, such as giving the kids the attention that they need, preparing meals, checking schoolwork, and what's Monday to Friday. Saturdays we'll use to go and check jobs, potential customers. Sundays were for church, laundries, and then sometime we'll go to the park or something with the kids. Then majority of the time we'll just be home, where I'm trying to organize the place, deal with the kids for school for the next day, and stuff. Where most time he'll be in the basement working on his music. So like during the relationship, I didn't get like, I mean, he's always there, but the hands-on help, I wasn't getting it too much at home, where there's so much things to do, and then he'll just more time be spending time on his phone or playing one of his musical instruments or something like that. And then like, it's like in the relationship, I played such a masculine role in it where there would be things to be done in the house, that things need to be fixed, door needs to be fixed or something, the the what do you call this thing? The railing for the stairs maybe needs to fix or something. There's time when I gotta get up and fix it myself, but it's like I'm thinking, okay, you know what, you're the man here. Like you should be dealing with these things. I shouldn't have to get up and deal with these things. At times I would have to like, you know, like jump, like basically jumpstart like a session or something that I need to get done for him to, you know, put in his hands to help me to do it. Um, and I just it was like I was burnt out a lot in my relationship just because I was playing so much masculine roles and so much things that he could have you know put in put in place or do and stuff like that to help me out more and stuff like that, right? But you know he had his own interests and his own things that he was interested in and doing, so I didn't really get. I mean, there was times when we would have arguments about it, like where he'd be in the basement too long playing music, and I'm upstairs, like you know, dealing with the kids, or something like that. Where we'll have arguments about that and what's not. Many times we have arguments about like what he's doing and from what he's not doing, what he's supposed to do. But you know what? In relationships, we have to. Everybody goes through those ups and downs. Everybody does. Um, after I had after I had my second daughter, right? My second daughter, then my son, I gained a lot of weight where he was not too pleased with with my size. It made me develop some insecurity about myself. I can't exactly what he had said to me, but there was a time when certain things, there was times when certain things he would say would make me feel bad about myself, and just hearing them coming from my husband, like these would it would hurt me to the core, like it was like a pain in my chest. And then after a while, he began, you know, he began flirting with other women online, but he kept denying it. So I decided was to do my own investigation, where I created a fake profile as a female and added him as a friend on Facebook to see what he was really up to. So I would have daily and nightly conversation with him as someone else. There will be times when we're in bed and I'll be messaging him and he'll be messaging me back, thinking it's gay. He's messaging somebody else. Like usually his phone's on silence and what's not. Sometimes he'll get up and go to the washroom to chat on his phone. One day I decided, okay, I want to meet him. So I told him where we can meet and what I will have on. It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. Usually use Saturday to go check jobs to give estimates and stuff to potential customers. So this Saturday he told me myself Fayon that he's going to go check a job. I knew what he was going to check a job. I said okay. In the afternoon, he went and took a shower. At this point, my blood was already boiling, like boiling. But I had to play it cool. So you know, so he went, he showered, shaved up nicely to go check this job. Before he left, I said to him, I want to go um, to the resource center to go print out some papers. So I went to the resource center where I went to go print out the conversation that we were having so I can have, you know, proof of what he was going to do. When I came back from the resource center, he was all dressed and ready to go. He wasn't in no work clothes, he was in regular dress clothes. And smelling real nice, man, looking so clean, so fresh. So I went straight up to the room with the paper and laid them all on the bed for him to see. I could see the nervousness in this guy's face. His pants went back and forth, up and down the steps, up and down the steps. And he came by the door. He said to me, he's going to go check the job. I said, okay, all right. He didn't open the door fully to come inside to see the paperwork there. But I said to him, okay. He went downstairs without seeing him on the bed. So as he's about to leave the backyard, I looked out our bedroom window and called him upstairs. I called him upstairs. I'm ready to confront him with my evidence. I said, "You're not going to check no job, Phil." He said, "What do you mean I'm not going to check no job?" He said, "I'm going to check a job." I said, you're about to go out to meet some woman that does not even exist. And and the woman that you've been chatting to all the time, it's me. People, the look on this man's face, priceless. It's the moment he knew, God damn, I fucked up. I fucked up. He said to me, "Oh, I know it was you, blah 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 blah." I'm like, if you know it was me, why would you need to go groom up like that? Not just to go check this so-called job. Anyway, guys, that story is history. We worked it out and we moved on. At a point, he disconnected himself from social media because that had happened. Um, yeah, and like at a point in life, I honestly became depressed with the way my life was going. Having four kids and living in government housing with a man that does not have his paper, right? Let alone it was not the work, well, the jobs were not steady jobs; they were seasonal jobs, right? And during the winter months, I knew I always had to worry about where funds was gonna come from when we couldn't pay our rent because Mr. Grant didn't have his paper. He was not comfortable going out looking for work with others. The majority of the time, he was home during the winter months. Um, my source of income was my CCTV, which is my Canadian Child Tax Benefit. And to me personally, I think he could have gotten up and looked for some sort of work. But I just think he was just comfortable with the way his life, with the life he was living. Also, he knew that somehow I'll figure it out when times get hard. Um, if I could remember, well, actually, I would try to remember how much vehicles we have had. I don't even remember how much exactly we went through because he has this thing of upgrading vehicle whenever the company makes a large amount of funds. It has always been an issue and a problem that we've had. It's not only vehicle he's been investing into, like his music and stuff that he does not really push. He puts so much money into them, but he doesn't really push them as as he should be pushing them. When we started, we started with a minivan, which was used for both work and family time. Then we decided we're gonna get a truck for the business. I was also driving, so we got the truck and the minivan came in as my ride. So a few, like maybe like a year or two down, the minivan began giving us some problems. So we decided to get rid of it and get another family ride, right? We got a gold Acura MDX. Summer came, summer went, and now back into the winter cycle. At home, no work with two insurance because we have the truck and we have the Acura MDX, the two vehicles, plus the rent, plus we have the little ones to take. The winter months was the most stressfulest months because there was a lot for me to deal with during those months. Like if we're short on funds or what's not, I'll have to, reach out to somebody, my mom or friends or other family members to see if they can assist me in loaning me some money until, you know. And these were things that he was never comfortable doing, like for instance, borrowing money from friends or like family member. If we're short on funds, majority of the time, I'm the one that has to, like reach out to somebody else. And I'm not gonna lie, he would pay it back. He would help me pay it back, but still, I was the one that had to reach out to ask, to borrow some funds from whosoever. And then it's like, um, I remember he, he also turned the basement into a studio where he has all his studio equipment and stuff like that, right? And then it's like that was his interest during the winter time. Winter time he was in the basement doing his music, not going out to look for no other sort of work or what's not, majority of the time. Um, so we had the gold Acura and then the truck now began giving us some issue. He sold it to someone and bought a different one. He bought a gold one. I can't exactly remember what kind of truck it was. It was a Ford or something like that. So we had that the gold truck for a while. We had worked with it for a couple of years, and then I remember we did a large work somewhere, and he decided that you know what, the truck. He was saying the space, it needed more space with the kids and whatever. Even though we had the Acura MDX, so he got rid of that gold truck. He didn't sell it. He did not sell it. Um, I remember it had a little issue, but it wasn't like a major issue because I think, if I can recall, he gave it to one of his cousin. He gifted it to one of his cousin, so they can use it to do something with it, like business wise. And we got a black truck, and yeah, so we got that. We got a Mark LT, a Lincoln Mark LT. This one was just an upgrade, yeah. It was just an upgrade. He would also invest like in music software and hardware and stuff like that, and buying beats and stuff for his hobby. Um, but like honestly speaking, he does not push his music the way he should be pushing it. Um, so yeah, um, when our marriage broke down, um, our marriage was breaking down. It was breaking down because of all this. Like I think, like he could have. He needs to be a little bit more wise with the business funds, instead of just always putting the money into some new vehicle or maybe like his music, whatever not. Like he can more put the money into something more, like invest into something more like an asset instead of all these liabilities. I think I would call all these things liabilities because he would just keep buying more things for them, more things for them. It's just taking money. It's not. They're not making money. They were just taking money. Um, to me, I think you could like sometimes I would like think, okay, maybe we could put the money into a house or something. We had plans to do like buy a fishing boat. We had plans to do so much different things like once this business gets up and running. But like those things were not. They never got done because Mr. Grant's the procrastinator. Um, I don't think he sets priority in place. Because I think like for the years that we've been running this company, I think we should have already had like more than one house. But that's not the case. We still live in government housing. So when the marriage broke down and I walked out of our marriage, I moved back home. Um, I came back to Simonton for a while. I moved. I scrapped my Acura MDX, and because they had the problem, the gold one, and also insurance was too high because of where we were living. So I had to scrap that. So I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. I'm gonna stop here for today. I hope this audio sounds way better than the one that I was trying to post yesterday. It was not working out for me. It was just sounding too fried. But I hope this one works, and I hope you guys are hearing me clearly. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today on BTT Impact. And as you guys know, if you guys haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, please feel free to do so you can get all the updates of all the contents that I put out there. I thank you again. Thank you again, guys, for your love and support. And stay tuned for the next episode.